All right, let's talk about a feeling that is so universal. You know the one. It's that moment, usually around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, where it feels like your brain just shuts down. We're going to get into exactly why that happens. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right? 1 minute you're on a roll, you're productive, and then bam, you're just staring at your screen. You can't make the simplest decision. Your focus is shot, your motivation is completely gone, and all you can think about is a nap. Yeah, sounds pretty familiar. Well, here's the thing. If you've ever felt lazy or guilty because of that afternoon slump, this is for you. Because it turns out this isn't about your character. It's not about a lack of discipline. It's actually about what's physically happening inside your brain.
So, to really get what's going on, we have to look at how we even get to that point. Let's kind of trace the journey our brain takes on any given day.
Think about it. Your day starts out, you're fresh, you're full of energy. The choices feel tiny, almost automatic. What am I going to wear? Coffee or tea? Which email should I open first? It all feels pretty effortless, right? And that's because your mental energy is at 100%. But then the day really kicks into gear. You've got to decide what tasks to work on first, how to word that tricky email, what to grab for lunch, should you speak up in that meeting? Each one of those is like a little mental lift. And those little lifts just keep stacking up, one after another, until your brain is just completely wiped out. And that leads us to the real aha moment in all of this. It's time to reframe that feeling. It's not a personal failure, not at all. It's just a predictable scientific event. This right here is the big shift in thinking. For so long, we've told ourselves the story on the left. Ugh, I'm just so lazy. But the science points to the reality on the right. It's got nothing to do with laziness. Your brain has literally run low on fuel. And there is a name for this, first theorized by psychologist Roy Baumeister. It's called ego depletion. And the idea is actually pretty simple, but it's a game changer. Your willpower, your self-control, it's a limited resource. It's like a battery that can and does run out. And this is the perfect way to think about it. I mean, you wouldn't go to the gym and just expect to lift heavy weights for hours and hours, right? Of course not. You know your muscles are going to get fatigued. Well, your brain's ability to say no to a cookie or yes to a tough task works in the exact same way. Okay, so if self-control is a muscle, what exactly is making it so tired? To figure that out, we gotta peek under the hood and look at the actual biology of what's happening. So let's zoom in on this part of your brain, right here, right behind your forehead. This is your prefrontal cortex. You can think of it as the CEO of your mind. It handles all the tough stuff, planning, complex thought, and for our purposes, it's the home base for your willpower. And that CEO, it runs on a very specific kind of fuel, glucose. Yeah, basically sugar. So every single time you have to make a choice or resist an urge, your prefrontal cortex lights up and starts burning through that glucose. With every decision, big or small, you're literally draining your brain's energy tank. And this just puts it perfectly. You start your day with a full charge, 100%. But by the time that 2 p.m. wall hits, you could be down to 40%, maybe even less. Every choice you make pulls a little bit of power from that battery, leaving you running on empty. So let's bring this science back into the real world. What are these sneaky little choices that are draining our battery every day, often without us even noticing? Just look at this list. It's not about those huge, life-changing decisions. It's the small stuff. Saying no to that cookie in the break room, that takes energy. Figuring out what to make for dinner after a long day, that takes energy. Even just trying to pick a movie on Netflix. And things like sitting in traffic, that's a non-stop stream of micro-decisions and self-control. On their own, they're nothing. But together, they're a massive drain. And this, right here, this is the most critical takeaway from all of this. Your brain doesn't have a separate gas tank for work stuff, and another one for diet stuff, and another for your personal life. No, it's all one tank. The willpower you use to drag yourself to the gym in the morning is the exact same willpower you need to focus on a boring report in the afternoon. And that leaves us with a really powerful question to ask ourselves. Knowing this, knowing that your mental energy is a precious, limited resource, how would you spend it more carefully? Maybe it means you automate the small stuff, like planning your outfits for the week. Or maybe it means tackling your most important work first thing in the morning when your tank is full. What choices are really worth your brain's best fuel? That's definitely something to think about.